Hello friends, in this video talk we'll discuss current affairs, banking and economy concepts. We'll discuss some of these questions, like 25 of these questions related to these three major ideas. Of course, we'll bring in politics, we'll bring in other things as well, but all related to what's happening around us. Now, I would want you to have a book and a paper handy, book and a pen handy, so that you could write as much as you can. Wherever necessary, I'll discuss the choices and we'll build notes around them as well. But also remember that we may touch some questions and just go and pass them, because some questions could be self-explanatory, may not require the kind of explanation some other ideas may. Now, as I said, we are going to discuss some questions in great detail. But remember one thing. Our objective here is to make sure that you prepare well for the exams. So here's the first question. Name the Reserve Bank of India's mobile app for visually challenged people to help them identify the denomination of a currency note. Now, the Reserve Bank of India, my friends, has taken note of the difficulties faced by visually challenged persons. As you know, India is home to the world's largest population of visually challenged persons. Now, they find it quite tough to know the denomination of currency, and there is this scope, there is always a chance that they may lose out on precious money because of lack of knowledge of the denomination. So to help such persons, the Reserve Bank of India has come up with money. Money, my friends, is mobile aided note identifier. This is an app, mobile aided note identifier. Now, wherever necessary, I'll spell words, not because you do not know the spelling, but because some of us may not be great with spelling words. Okay, so I'm going to spell words. Mobile, M-O-B-I-L-E, mobile. Aided, A-I-D-E-D, aided. Note, N-O-T-E, note. Identifier, I-D-E-N-T-I-F-I-E-R, identifier. So mobile aided note identifier. As you see, that's money. So what does this app do? This is a mobile app, my friends. What it does is, once the app is downloaded, and we open the app. As we open the app, you can scan the currency note with the help of the phone's camera. As the phone's camera scans the currency note, an audio output comes out denoting the denomination of the note. The output is typically in Hindi or English. So this is how the app's helping people find out the denomination of note. This is a pretty good app, my friends. And of course, the choices don't mean much here. So what we could do is add a little value in terms of knowing about the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, and yeah, sometimes I go a bit fast, but I'll slow down, deliberately. So let's write about the Reserve Bank of India. Point 1. Now I'm going slow now because I want you to write this note. Reserve Bank of India. Point 1. Established 1934-35. Established 1934-35. Second point, nationalized in 1949, N-A-T-I-O-N-A-L. See, I have a pen and paper with me, so I'll also write this for you so that I'll give you the right spelling. N-A-T-I-O-N-L-A-L-I-S-E-D, nationalized in 1949. Nationalized in 1949. Next, head office, Mumbai. Next, nicknamed, mint, M-I-N-T, mint. Street, S-T-R-E-E-T, mint street. Then current governor, Shaktikanta Das. It's a regulator of the banking sector, so I didn't give that idea. because you're preparing for a career in banking and other important career option, career avenues. I'm sure you know what it does. The RBI controls the banking sector in India, oversees the banking sector in India. So from here, my friends, let's go to the next one. What does it read? Like India's first Chief of Defence Staff. And now, Chief of Defence Staff is a new position created by the Government of India to bring together the synergies, of the three services: Navy, Air Force, and the Army. So the first ever CDS in India is Bipin Rawat, who's the ex-head of the Indian Army. Bipin Rawat. So choice 3 is the right answer, Bipin Rawat. Let's look at the choices. Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhadauria. Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhadauria is the Air Chief Marshal, you could write. Or simply, if you are not comfortable with Air Chief Marshal, you could write Chief of Indian Air Force. Chief of Indian Air Force. Chief of Indian Air Force or Air Chief Marshal. I'll give you both. Air Chief Marshal. Look at choice 2. Karambir Singh. Karambir Singh is the Admiral of the Indian Navy. Admiral of the Indian Navy or Chief of Indian Navy. Admiral of Indian Navy. Next, choice 4. Manoj Mukund Naravani. Chief of the Indian Army. Chief of the Indian Army. Chief of the Indian Army or General of the Army. General of the Army. Indian Army. Choice 5. Ajit Doval. Ajit Doval is India's National Security Advisor. India's National Security Advisor. National Security Advisor. And please know that he, long time back, he was also the director of the Intelligence Bureau. Intelligence Bureau. As you know, India has two major spy agencies. One is the Intelligence Bureau, which spies within the country, and the other is the RAW, Research and Analysis Wing, which is India's external or foreign spy agency, where spying is done on foreign countries' operations. So the next one, this is something to do with the theoretical economics, theoretical banking world. Bank loans by hypothecation and mortgage. The T in mortgage is silent. So it is important for us to know the right thing. We may or may not use it, that's secondary. What is important is knowing the right thing. In this case, the T in mortgage is silent. We should not pronounce it. Okay. So let me repeat the question. Bank loans by hypothecation and mortgage are called. This is basically something in hypothecation or mortgage is something in security. So if I buy a car, if I go to the bank and try to take a home loan or a car loan, the bank would ask me, what's in it for us? That is, what security would you keep for us? Otherwise, if you take our money and run away with the money, so the bank needs some security. So typically it keeps the asset that we want to buy as security. Let's say in this case I want to take an auto loan, a car loan. So the bank would more or less now I would take the car, buy the car, register it, then hypothecate it with the bank. So the bank more or less is the owner of the car. Once I repay the entire loan, the bank will transfer the car back to me. That's how typically it works. So here the loan is a secured loan. A secured loan. So there is not much of a worry for a bank, because typically the loan the money they lend to me would always be lower than the value of the asset, value of the security. Now you look at choice 3, unsecured loan. Can you think of an example of an unsecured loan? Very simple thing, credit card use. Now credit card bill is more or less an unsecured loan. A credit card, what is a credit card? It enables me to spend money that I don't have. So, the idea is that I would pay that loan, credit card loan with my future income. That's the idea, nothing beyond this. So here there is no security, but I can still spend money that belongs to the bank. So it's an unsecured loan. So credit card is the best example of an unsecured loan. Okay, we'll discuss non-performing assets in great detail, my friends. In a while, we'll discuss in great detail. What's a soft loan? A soft loan, look at choice 1. A soft loan carries a low rate of interest. Traditionally, there are two kinds of loans. Just without any hassle, think like this. काफ़ी तरह के लोन्स होते हैं, इतने नहीं सोचना हमें सिर्फ सोचना है of two major kinds. Think of only two major kinds of loans. One is a hard loan, the other is a soft loan. A hard loan carries a high rate of interest. A soft loan carries a low rate of interest. That's it, nothing else. Okay? Usurious loans, where the rate of interest is extremely high, Typically, these loans are given by with a village money lender, sahukars, the pawnbrokers. These guys, they charge an exorbitant rate of interest because they say we are taking a big risk by lending to this person who doesn't have a steady source of income which could help him pay back our loan. So they say that the high rate of interest is the reward for a risk. Well, that's how the world works, my friends. From there, the next question. Who among the following, this is on the world of sport, cricket, yeah, nice. Who among the following persons has been honored with the Polly Umbriger Award for the best international cricketer for the season 2018-19? Now, the Polly Umbriger Award is given by the BCCI. These are part of BCCI annual awards. So the answer to this question, I'll give this list in detail. So the answer to this question is 3. Jasprit Bumrah. This guy is an ace bowler. He's considered to be one of the finest minds of Indian cricket. So let's write a little about BCCI annual awards. BCCI annual awards. So if you've written the title, please write this now. BCCI annual awards. Underline that. First point. Polly Umbriger Awards. It's there in the question itself. Polly Umbriger Awards. Underline that. Below that, one. So I'm going slow, like the way we do this in class. Okay. So where the teacher would come and say, okay, now you write like this. There's a structure to be what we share. So that's what we are bringing in here, so that there's pretty little confusion. So under Polly Umbriger Award, underline that, first one, for best male international cricketer. Jasprit Bumrah. So these are awards from India, basically. All these cricketers from India. Next, for best female international cricketer. Poonam Yadav. P-O-O-N-A-M. Poonam Yadav. Y-A-D-A-V. Yadav. Poonam Yadav. Next. Second point. Dilip Sardesai Award. Dilip. D-I-L-I-P. Dilip Sardesai. S-A-R-D-E-S-A-I. Dilip Sardesai Award or awards. There are two actually. Dilip Sardesai Awards. Underline that. First one. Highest run getter. Dash. Cheteshwar Pujara. C-H-E-T-E-S-H-W-A-R-A. Cheteshwar. There is no A in the end, sorry. Cheteshwar Pujara. P-U-J-A-R-A. Cheteshwar Pujara. He scored highest runs in the last season. Next, second point. Highest wicket taker. Jasprit Bumrah. Choice 3. Jasprit Bumrah. So between Bumrah and Pujara, Bumrah won the best international male cricketer award. Okay. Last one. Next slide. Okay, well, let's write last. We'll write 2 points. Next. BCCI Lifetime Achievement Award. BCCI Lifetime Achievement Award. BCCI Lifetime Achievement Award. Anjum Chopra. Anjum Chopra. This is basically for women. BCCI gives it for women. Anjum, A-N-J-U-M, Anjum Chopra. Next. Colonel C.K. Naidu, C-O-L. See, whenever you find this word Colonel, we normally find this spelling. The first time I read the word, I heard the word, I thought the spelling would start with K. K-E-R-N-E-L, Colonel. The actual word is C-O-L-O-N-E-L. How it's spelled Colonel, how it's pronounced Colonel, I don't know. But it's spelled C-O-L-O-N-E-L. Colonel C.K. Naidu. C.K. Naidu. N-A-Y-U-D-U. Naidu. Lifetime Achievement Award. Lifetime Achievement Award. C.K. Naidu Lifetime Achievement Award. Then, who's this guy? Who won it? Dash. K. Shrikant. K. Shrikant. This is Krishnamachari Shrikant, my friends. Krishnamachari Shrikant. He was an opener for India for a long time. He was known for his, biff bam innings. He would come, make a quick fire 30-40 and leave. He rarely would long last, but he was known to be a pretty good hooker of the ball. K. Shrikant. Okay. It was called Krishnamachari Shrikant. And I think the choices don't need to be discussed because we already taken an entire list of BCCI annual awards. From there to the next season, next question. Oh, the Indian Space Research Organization is building a world-class facility for training astronauts, space travelers in Challakere in Karnataka. That's awesome, Karnataka. So before we discuss this space training facility, I would want you to write a little about ISRO. So please write ISRO. Please write ISRO. ISR. Underline that. First point. Full form. Indian Space Research Organization. Indian Space, I-N-D-I-A-N, Indian Space, S-P-A-C, Space Research, R-E-S-E-A-R-C-H, Research Organization, Indian Space Research Organization. That's a full name. Second point, established 1969. I'm so sorry. 1969 happened sometimes, 1969. Third point, head office. Bengaluru. Next, chairman. Dash K. Shivan, S-I-V-A-N, Shivan. It's Kailas Vadipu Shivan, but you write K. Shivan, S-I-V-A-N. Next, write this. Satish Dhawan Space Center. Satish Dhawan Space Center. Satish Dhawan Space Center. Satish Dhawan Space Center. Dash. Previously called Sri Harikota, S-R-I-H-A-R-I-K-O-T-A, Sri Harikota Range, R-A-N-G, Range, Sri Harikota Range, in brackets, S-H-A-R, Shah, it is called Shah, Sri Harikota Range. Dash at Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. At Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. Next. Last point. Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. Vikram Sarabhai, Sarabhai. Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. Dash. Thiruvananthapuram. Thiruva. Thiruvananthapuram. Thiruvananthapuram or Trivandrum. Thiruvananthapuram, comma, Kerala. Now that you wrote this, the name of Vikram Sarabhai, you underline the name of Vikram Sarabhai, pull it down arrow. उनका नाम अंडरलाइन कीजिए, इसके नीचे एक एरो खींचिए या एक लाइन खींचिए नीचे और लिखिए फादर ऑफ इंडिया स्पेस प्रोग्राम. Father of India's space program. He is a guy who laid the foundation for ISRO. He also laid the foundation of Indian Institute of Ahmedabad, Indian Institute of Management Ahmedabad. Okay. So we have Vikram Sarabhai there. Now, what should you know about Challai Kare facility? This entire facility. You could write this in your notebooks. ISRO is building the human space flight. The human, H-U-M-A-N, human. The first letter should be capitalized. The human space flight, F-L-I-G-H-T, flight center. The human space flight center, HSFC, comma, a training center for the Gaganyaan crew, G-A-G-A-N-Y-A-A-N, Gaganyaan crew, C-R-E-W, the Gaganyaan crew. You know the Gaganyaan, you just underline Gaganyaan, pull it down arrow. Notes ऐसे लिखते हैं without grammar, without long sentences. Underline, Gaganyaan, pull it down arrow. India's first proposed manned mission. Proposed, P-R-O-P-O-S-E-D, proposed. Manned, M-A-N-N-E-D, manned space mission, M-I-S-S-I-O-N, mission. We plan to launch Indians into space, my friends. As of now, we don't have a training facility in India. So we sent our 3 astronauts have been shortlisted. They have been sent to Russia, where they are training at the Yuri Gagarin Space Training Center. And Yuri Gagarin, was the first person in space, first human being in space. Now, you need to understand here something that ISRO has allocated 700 crore for the building of this, HSFC. But this 700 crores is over and above the 10,000 crore given to, the Gaganyaan mission. So 10,000 crore for the Gaganyaan mission, 700 crore for HSFC, the Human Space Flight, Center. So look, India is a space superpower. And things have worked extremely well for India, my friends. So why don't we write one more point? Now that we are on the subject of space, the latest in space, what rocket have we launched? Write this. Recently, or rather in January, sometime, if I'm not wrong, January or February this way. Okay. Recently, India launched GSAT, capital G-S-A-T, GSAT. India launched GSAT, GS80. 30 T's. 30. Rocket from Kourou. 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 In French. 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 Guyana. Guiana. French Guyana. Guiana. French Guyana. This is a country north of Brazil along the Atlantic coast, my friends. It's in South America. It's a tiny country, but there is a very important rocket launch center because it's pretty close to, the equator. So there from ISRO, let's go somewhere else, my friends. But I wanted to build a short note around this entire idea of ISRO building a training center. This Chelakare is not a remote area thing. It's basically just about 400 kilometers north of Bangalore. Okay. Now you know that it's also home to a new science city. The government of India is building a science city in Chelakare. Science city. So they have offices of DRDO, they have facilities of DRDO. The Indian Institute of Science also has come here to build a campus. So it's not a remote, nondescript, some corner kind of place. So if there are choices like the states mentioned here and there is nothing to discuss, I'll bring in the name of the chief minister there. But here we already taken a lot of notes. So we'll just, otherwise I'll just remember this: AP, Karnataka, Kerala, Goa and Tamil Nadu. In case we have time in the end, we'll bring in the names of the chief ministers. So not now. Which of the following banks are not insured by the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, DICGC? The answer, my friend, is choice 3, primary cooperative societies. Their loans. Now, when we put money with these PIC, PCSs, they are not insured with the DICGC. So, up to what amount does the DICGC insure our money? 5 lakh rupees. From this financial year, today is the 2nd of April. Today is the 6th of April. So, we kind of have entered the new financial year. So, in the budget presented last year for this current financial year, when I say last financial year, for the new financial year, the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had mentioned that loans with public sector banks, foreign banks, whatever deposits we have with these banks shall be guaranteed, that is insured up to the amount of rupees 5 lakh. Earlier it was 1 lakh, now it's 5 lakhs, which is phenomenal increase, my friends. Okay, I want you to write a little here about DICGC. Why don't you write? So, subheading DICGC, underline that. You can take the full form otherwise. Deposit insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation. Deposit insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation. Credit Guarantee Corporation. Deposit insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation. So, take uske niche DIC. So this is not the body that was originally created. It was a result of a merger. So इसके पहले क्या था? Merger के पहले क्या था? DIC dash 1962. So established in 1962. No grammar. DIC dash 1962 dash Deposit Insurance Corporation. Now take the full form. Deposit Insurance Corporation. Dash insured, 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 deposits with commercial banks only, deposit commercial banks only. Next, CGC dash 1971 dash Credit guarantee, credit, C-R-E-D-I-T, credit guarantee, Corporation of India, credit guarantee Corporation of India, credit guarantee Corporation of India, dash, insured, I-N-S-U-R-E-D, insured, and guaranteed, not insured, please strike through the word insured, I've just got a little carried away, guaranteed, because it's a guarantee corporation, guaranteed loans, L-O-A-N-S, loans, guaranteed loans, given by commercial banks, to weaker sections, and small scale industries, to small scale industries. Okay, last point. DIC and CGC were merged in 1978. Let's go to the next one. I think that was a fairly exhaustive discussion on DICGC, and this is something that doesn't really require a great discussion because you will be familiar with this particular idea. Open market operations, is a measure taken by the RBI to control both credit expansion and credit contraction in the economy. How does it do it? Look at choice 1. What does it do? It sells or purchases, government securities. Now, why does government sell securities? What is a government security? It's a kind of a bond. You go to bank, put money to the bank gives you a challan. A challan basically which tells you that, look, okay, it's written, let's say, it's written that you have put money to the bank. Okay? This, you went to the bank, put money to an account, you want the bank to keep it for, let's say, 1 year. So the bank, you call it fixed deposit. Okay? Now, what is the guarantee that you put money? What is the proof that you put money to the bank? The challan. The challan is called fixed deposit challan. Now guys, or in simple version, fixed deposit bond, B-O-N-D. The paper is a bond that proves that you and the banker are bound in a relationship. So it binds both of you into a relationship. Remember, this is how bonds are bought and sold. So sometimes the government says we don't have paisa, so they approach the RBI. The RBI does this. What it says is, okay, we are issuing government bonds. एक bond 1000 रुपए का 10 साल. So it says 10 year. Okay, it says 10 year 7% 1000 rupee bond. 10 years 7% 1000 rupee bond. It means that you give us 1000 rupees for a period of 10 years. Every year will pay you an interest of 7%. At the end of 10 years, your 1000 plus interest will be paid back. That is, it's a kind of a fixed deposit with the RBI, with the government. Now, you are doing the same thing that you practically do with the bank, but here it's a little different because it carries a lot of other benefits. That is, it would never default. The government never ever defaults. So the RBI sells bonds when the government doesn't have money. So sometimes it buys up when there's too much of cash in the market. The government says, okay, let's buy back all the money, take back all the money. So, but typically it is done by the RBI on behalf of the government when it doesn't have enough paisa. Okay, this is what is happening now because recently the government, because of the COVID lockdown, the coronavirus lockdown, because of lack of economic activity, things have become very tough. So the government has made the loans cheaper, and not just through reduction in the repo rate and everything else, but also through enhanced open market operations. So they're going to flood the market with money so that loans become cheaper. Why would loans become cheaper? As money supply increases, interest rates decrease. When interest rates decrease, people have interest rates decrease. When interest rates decrease, what happens if the burden on you goes down? You have to pay less interest. So what do? You borrow money to buy a home, a car, a gadget for some other purpose. So essentially what you do is you are taking a loan, that is you will pay some interest to the bank, but importantly you'll spend money. The government is encouraging you to spend money to buy a car. Now when you buy a car, what goes into the car? Steel goes in, iron goes in, basically all kinds of plastic cables go in, all kinds of gadgetry goes in. So there will be an all-round overall demand increase for all the things that go into a car. Okay, and employment generation happens when companies employ when companies have to produce these things. When employment generation happens, money is put, when people earn money. If I have a job, I have money. If I have money, I have purchasing power. When I have purchasing power and money, what do I do with the money? I go and buy stuff. Okay, so this is overall creation of the aggregate demand. So currently the government is resorted to OMO recently. So hopefully things work better, my friends. So otherwise things are going to be pretty bad in the near future. But the government of India is doing enough to. Nothing is ever enough, but it's doing a lot to ensure that the economy doesn't go bad. So from there, let's go to the next one. Just one thing. You see this word here, gold. Remember, gold is otherwise called bullion. B-U-L-L-I-O-N. Bullion. Gold, silver. Typically, the word is bullion. B-U-L-L-I-O-N. Bullion. Okay, from there, let's go to the next one. So guys, again, this is an easy question. According to the Reserve Bank of India, an urban cooperative bank may be placed under supervisory action framework when does it? Because when things go really bad, when it does not have enough money to pay back its depositors, that's enough money to pay back depositors. That is, the capital to risk weighted assets ratio is pretty low. When it does not have enough money basically to pay back depositors, and look at that net NPS, when they have lent a lot of money but the money is not coming back. So if the total NPS exceeds 6% of net advances, things really go bad. The bank won't have money. When the bank does not have money, there is always a danger that it would default on its obligations on payment of money, deposit money. So this could create a cascading effect. So what the RBI does is it brings that cooperative bank under its supervision. Technically not exactly under supervision, but it's placed under supervision. So when a committee is appointed, then some kind of moratorium is held, is put in place, for a short period, so that people won't resort to panic withdrawal. Okay, so in this, let's say 1-2 periods, operations are stabilized, money is brought in through the RBI or some other vehicle, some other means, and enough money is created to pay back the depositors, or money that has been lent has not come back. Just people try to recover that money. So in all, things are pretty bad when a bank has to be kept under supervisory action framework. So you see all of the above. Its capital to risk weighted assets average if it falls below 9%. Its NPS exceeds 6% of the net advances, which means it's been a pretty bad lender. And 3, it incurs losses for 2 consecutive financial years or accumulated losses on its balance sheet. So in all, it's a poorly managed financial services company, my friends. That is what it is. A bank that has not done well, has not managed its assets well, not managed its loans well, has failed its basic obligation. That is what is, that's what brings a bank under supervisory framework. So for all the above. The regulation and supervision of the banks, of the functions of the cooperative banks and RRBs rests with the NABARD, choice A, NABARD. 1. In this case, it's 1, NABARD. So let's write, what is RRB? Regional Rural Banks. So we'll just stick to the choices here. NABARD, take the full form of NABARD. National Bank. I repeat, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Second point. Head office, Mumbai. Third point, Uh, chairman, chairman, chairman. Harsh Kumar Bhanwala, Harsh Kumar Bhanwala, Bhanwala, Harsh Kumar Bhanwala. Okay, we can add one more here. Established 1982. So don't write grammar like established in the year, or simply write established 1982. 1982. You can write one more now that we are here. Highest, highest agriculture, agriculture, refinance, agriculture, refinance body, highest agriculture refinancing body. So we can just write the names of the chairman of the others basically. Yeah. So leave one line space, right? National Housing Board, NHB, National Housing Board, National Housing Board. Sharda Kumar Hota, Sharda Kumar Hota, H-O-T, Hota, Sharda Kumar Hota. State Bank of India, next one, SBI, State Bank of India, State Bank of India, State Bank of India. Rajnish Kumar, Rajnish, R-H-A-N-I-S-H, Rajnish Kumar, Rajnish Kumar. Next, look at choices 2 and 3, both have the same chairman. So, Small Industries Development Bank of India, you write this. Small Industries Development Bank of India. Small Industries Development Bank of India. And Mudra Bank. Dash Chairman. Yes, Chairman. Muhammad Mustafa. I think we got all the names. Yes. Before we go this, why don't we write a little about non-performing assets? I wanted to discuss this. The previous question there was something about net assets, net NPS, everything. But we can write this now as well. Yeah, this will help you in the interviews. Of course, it will also help you in the written exams. So please write non-performing assets. Non-performing assets. Underline that. First point. Arises, A-R-I-S-E-S, arises. So when does an NPA arise? When does it, come into picture? Arises when the principal, P-R-I-N-C-I-P-A-L, principal, or interest, or both, B-O-T-H, both, are not repaid, for 90 days, from due date. So the bank would wait for 3 months and then classify the loan as non-performing asset. But within NPS, there are 3 kinds. So next point. But before that, let's take the scale of NPS, right? As of September 2019, total NPS, capital N, capital P, capital A, small s, no apostrophe. Total NPS of all public sector banks of all public sector banks amounted amounted to rupees 7.27 lakh crore. 7.27 lakh crore. Oh, that's huge number. People have borrowed this money, aren't repaying this money. Effectively, that's what it means. 7.27 lakh crore. 7.27 lakh crore. Next. 3 types of NPAs. 3 types of NPAs. 3 types of NPAs. 3 प्रकार के NPA होते हैं. Underline that. First one. Substandard NPA or substandard asset. Substandard asset. 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 Dash. NPA. So what is a substandard asset, right? Dash. NPA for a period of period of less than or equal to 12 months. 12 months. Less than or equal to 12 months. Less than or equal to 12 months. Okay. Next one. Doubtful asset. Doubtful asset. DOUBTFUL. Doubtful asset. Next. An asset. What is the definition? An asset that has remained, REMAINED, remained in the substandard category. For a period of 12 months. For a period of 12 months. Next. Last type. Loss asset. LOSS. Loss asset. ASSET. Loss asset. Dash. Considered uncollectible. 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 Considered uncollectible, comma, although ALTHOUGH, although there may be some minor chance of recovery. I think that was quite exhaustive. Some minor chance of recovery. Let's go to the next one. Which of the following has been included in the 8 wonders of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization list? You know what is the SCO? Well, if you know it, then choice. They came up with the 8 wonders of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization list, and the one that has been included in this is choice 4, Statue of Unity. So why don't you write a little about Statue of Unity and then we'll go to SCO. So write just 2 points about Statue of Unity. Statue of Unity dash India's tallest statue dash 182 meters. 182 meters. This is among the tallest in the world. 182 meters dash sculptor SCULPTOR sculptor. What's the name of the person? Ram, RAM, Ram Sutar, SUTAR, Ram Sutar, dash, continue things, dash, in Kevadia village. I normally don't say located in, because when you say in, it's already located. Kevadia, KEVADIA, To repeat, Kevadiya Kevadia village. Kevadia village in Gujarat. Kevadia village in Gujarat. So now write SCO. Subheading SCO. You can take the full form there. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. SCO. Underline that. First one. Established 2001. Second point. Head office. Beijing. Beijing. Next point. Third one. 8 members. In 2 columns you could write this 4 kind of thing. India, China, Russia, 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 Pakistan. So India, China, Russia, Pakistan. 4 have come. The other side 4. Kazakhstan. KAZAKH. Kazakhstan. STAN. Kazakhstan. Next. Uzbekistan. I repeat. UZBEKI. Uzbekistan. STAN. UZBEKISTAN. Uzbekistan. Next. Kyrgyzstan. KYR. I repeat. KYR GYZ. STAN. Kyrgyzstan. And the last one, Tajikistan. 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 So we got 8, my friends. I'm sure you'll be comfortable now. Yeah, we'll keep discussing in the classes to come. We'll learn a lot more as we go further, my friends. So from here, let's go to the next one. So we covered only 10 questions till now, my friends, and we got almost 45 minutes. So we'll go further. No harm, no limit on time there. In a bank loan application, the borrower's contribution towards the project cost as per the government scheme is known as margin money. It's known as margin money. Choice 3, margin money. Why is this important? That is, when I go to a bank and ask for a loan, the banker would say, okay, you want 1 crore, why don't you put 20% of the money of your own money? 80% will be ours, 20% shall be yours. So why would the bank insist? Because in that case, see, if I put my money into the business, then I will be a lot more interested in doing, work sincerely. Because if the entire money someone else says, I may not be that serious. So the bank will lose money. But if I have my own money invested in the business, then I will have that incentive to work harder to make a success of the business. That's why the bank insists that you put your own money into the business. At least some portion of it. I will not discuss 1, 4, 5, which all mean one and the same, that is security. Look at choice 2, subsidy. I just want you to write what does it mean. In 2 lines, right? Take the word subsidy, dash, also called under recovery. under recovery, also called under recovery. Next, or you can continue there itself. Dash, difference between a high cost price and a low sale price See, we have taken a common man's definition. I didn't take any technical words there. So, if this is a government would want to sell rice to you, it may buy the rice for 15 rupees a kilo, but may sell that to you for, let's say, 2 rupees. So 15 is the cost price, that is purchase price of the government, 2 rupees is the sale price. The difference of 13 rupees is called subsidy. Common people like us call it a loss, the government calls it subsidy. That's a simple definition. Okay? So from there, which of the following is not a member of the ASEAN? ASEAN, ASEAN. Vietnam, Singapore, India, Brunei, Philippines. Which is not a member? India is not a member. India is not a member. So shall we take a little note on ASEAN? Yes. So write subheading ASEAN. ASEAN, ASEAN. Underline that, first point. Association of Southeast Asian nations. Association of Southeast Asian nations. Association of Southeast Asian nations. Asian nations. Underline that. Sometimes they ask this in the exam. So, next point. Established 1961. Established 1961. Next. Head office. Jakarta. 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 You know, Jakarta is capital of Indonesia. 10 members. So who are these 10 members? Please write the names of 10 members. Write in 2 columns, my friends. 4 are mentioned here, but I will come in geographical order. Okay? Right. Myanmar. Myanmar. I repeat. Myanmar. Myanmar. Next. Thailand. 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 Next. Cambodia. 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 Next. Laos. 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 Then Laos. Vietnam. Look at choice 1. Vietnam. Next. So all 5 east of India at a stretch, my friends. Okay? Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, you know, what we say, Vietnam. Then Malaysia. 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 Next. Next. Singapore. Choice B is Singapore. Next. Indonesia. 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 Next. Indonesia. Next. Brunei. Choice 4. Brunei. 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 And last one is Philippines there. Philippines. So we got all 10, my friends. Easy to remember. If you know what countries are there east of India, till the Pacific Ocean, between India and Pacific Ocean, all 5 there. Bottom you will find, you know, in a group basically, all these other countries. From there, sorry for the Yeah, let's go to the next one. Non-banking financial corporations can accept or renew public deposits for a minimum period of 12 months and maximum period of 60 months. So where is the answer? Yeah, 1. Answer 1. 12 months with a minimum is 1 year, maximum is 5 years. So that's it. Beyond that, they can't accept public deposits. So why don't we write a note on non-banking finance corporations, NBFCs. Please write this. NBFCs. So NBFCs. First point. A financial institution. We are taking a definition of what is an NBFC. A financial institution that offers all banking services, offers banking services, but does not have a banking license. Does not have a banking license. But does not have a banking license. So it can do almost everything that a normal bank does, but it doesn't have a banking license. Next, cannot accept demand deposits. Second point, cannot accept demand deposits. Cannot accept demand deposits. So what are demand deposits? Savings account, current account, you can't open with NBFCs. Next, so from the definition you can see they can accept only fixed deposits. Yes. So third point, deposits are not covered by DICGC. So that's a non-banking finance corporation, my friends. Next, MIBOR. The interest rate applicable for interbank loan transactions is maintained by what's the answers? Do you know what's the full form of MIBOR? There's something called LIBOR, LIBOR. What is MIBOR? MIBOR's accepted fund, taken care of by the State Bank of India. Now, when we talk about the answer, State Bank of India is choice 5. No, not State Bank of India. It's National Stock Exchange. I'm so sorry. National Stock Exchange. MIBOR is, you could write the full form, Mumbai Interbank Offer Rate. Mumbai Interbank Offer Rate. Mumbai Interbank Offer Rate. Now, this is calculated on a fortnightly basis and everything. But what is interbank? So you could take the simple definition. What is MIBOR? Rate at which banks borrow from each other in the interbank market. National Stock Exchange. Yeah. Okay, it's Mumbai Interbank Offer Rate. It's the rate of interest at which banks borrow, unsecured loans basically. See, these are all unsecured loans. This is not something, interbank is not, there is no security, especially between banks, because they are all generally public sector banks and everything. They borrow between themselves for short term. Remember, interbank loan transaction basically is a call money market. It's a call money market. It does not go beyond 14 days. Call money is maximum for 14 days. Okay, and it's maintained by the National Stock Exchange. I goofed up. I said SBI, but it's actually a National Stock Exchange. National Stock Exchange. You look at BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, SEBI. You could take the full form of some of these. Basically, you could write a note on. Shall we write a note on this? Yes, we'll spend time here, my friends. Why don't we write a note on the National Stock Exchange? Right, National Stock Exchange. sometimes, I may not have planned to give this note, but I think like, okay, let's share this learning so that you could take this home. You can take this. National Stock Exchange dash established 1993 dash India's biggest stock exchange by turnover dash main index, it's called benchmark, or it's simply called main index, is named, main index or benchmark index is named in capital letters Nifty, Nifty, Nifty. Some other time about SEBI and the rest of it. Recently, the Supreme Court of India has allowed the Government of India to introduce a suitable habitat for, well, everything's Africa there. So all our animals from Africa, found in Africa. The answer to this question is choice 3, African cheetah. So initially the Supreme Court had a few years back rejected the Government of India's request to bring the African cheetah to India because the Supreme Court said we already have a lot of animals that can be taken care of within the country. A lot of animals are on the endangered critical species list. Why don't you take care of them? So somewhere the government was persistent on, and they wanted to bring this African cheetah to India. Now you wonder why is such persistence? Because you could write this now. Asiatic cheetah, not African cheetah. Asiatic cheetah. Asiatic, A-S-I-A-T-I-C. Asiatic cheetah is the only mammal, M-A-M-M-A-L, mammal, is the only mammal to go extinct in independent India. Asiatic cheetah is the only mammal to go extinct in independent India. So the Government of India says, okay, we don't have Asiatic cheetah, let's bring in African cheetah. Things might work for us. I mean, in terms of the numbers might increase and this may proliferate the local population. But environmentalists say that, ecologists say that this is a bad idea because Indian climate may not be greatly suitable for the African cheetah. So we'll not go there. Yeah, I just wanted you to become familiar with why such insistence. Which of the following is related to banking? Okay, performance guarantee, net asset value. Performance guarantee is more or less a HR function. Net asset value is mutual fund. Voter account is a budget term. Choice 4, voter account is a budget term. Choice 2 is mutual fund. And choice 3 is the right answer. Net interest margin. This is not a great idea. I mean, it's a pretty ordinary idea, net interest margin. Okay. So, as we further, there are more interesting questions, but this is an easy to understand question, so we'll not discuss this. Daniel Moi, who passed away recently, was the longest serving president of Kenya. He was the Kenyan president between 1978 and 2002. Friends, you could write 1978 to 2002. Okay, we'll do one thing. With regard to the choices, in fact, including all the 5, we'll write the name of the country, the capital, the political leader, the head of the country, that is government president or prime minister, and then we'll write the name of the currency. Shall we? No, we'll write this in the order, tabular form kind of thing. Put a star mark, write Kenya. We'll start with Kenya. Kenya, K-E-N-Y-A, Kenya, dash, Nairobi, N-A-I-R-O-B-I. Nairobi. The president's name is Uhuru. U-H-U-R-U. I repeat. U-H-U-R-U. Uhuru. Kenyatta. K-E-N-Y-A-T-T-A. Uhuru Kenyatta. The guy himself is named after the name of the country, and the country's name comes from the name of the mountain, Mount Kenya. Okay. Last currency, shilling. I repeat, SHILLING. 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 Let's go to choice one. Egypt. Capital is Cairo or Cairo. 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 The president's name is military dictator Abdel Fattah. ABDEL. Abdel Fattah. FATEH. Fattah. Abdel Fattah. LELL-CC. Abdel Fattah LCC. Abdel Fattah LCC. Abdel Fattah LCC. The currency is pound. 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 It's all British legacy, my friends. Pound. Next, South Africa. The South African three capital model has inspired the state of Andhra Pradesh, my friends. They also want to have three capitals. So South Africa's capitals: Cape Town, CAPE, Cape Town, 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 Cape Town, comma, Pretoria, PRETORIA, Pretoria. What's the third one? Bloemfontein, 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 Bloemfontein. The president's name is Cyril, 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 Cyril. Ramaphosa, 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 Cyril Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa. The currency is Rand, RAND, Rand. The currency is Rand. Zimbabwe's capital is Harare, HARARE, Harare. Dash. The president's name is Emerson, EMMERSON, Emerson Mnangagwa, MNANGAGWA, Mnangagwa. The currency is Zimbabwe dollar, or RTGS dollar. It's still being accepted. Earlier it was stopped, now it's accepted again. RTGS dollar, otherwise called Zimbabwe dollar. Algeria, choice 5. Algeria. The capital is Algiers, ALGEIRS, Algiers. The president is Abdelmajid, I repeat, ABDEL MAJJED, Abdel Majid Tebboune, TEBBOUNE, Tebboune. Till Majid Tibun. The currency is dinar, D-I-N-A-R, dinar. Again, this is an easy question, my friends. You all know the answer to this question. Liquidity for a bank or a customer means cash in hand, cash in bank balances, short-term assets that can convert cash into at short. It's a fairly easy one. Choice 4. 1, 2, 3. All 3 are right. As per the Union government data, which state has stopped in the direct benefit transfer payouts in 2019-20. This is a unique scheme which is wherein the beneficiary's account is directly, is linked with his Aadhaar, with his mobile phone, everything. So, money through the PDA system, 47 schemes, is transferred directly into the bank account. The answer to this question is Haryana. Haryana is the right answer, my friends. Why don't you write a short note on DBT? Write this, please. Yeah, direct benefit transfer. Direct benefit transfer. So in 2019-20, you write direct benefit transfer, underline that, first point. Total DBT transferred, total DBT amount, total DBT is already there, amount in 2019-20, that is the financial year just ended, dash, for the entire country, you write rupees 2.53 lakh crore. Rupees 2.53 lakh crore. Next. Number of schemes. Number of schemes. 427. 427. Normally people like us think about only ration shop, kerosene, we have this LPG cylinders, linked other accounts and everything. No. There are 47 schemes. 427 schemes, 427 schemes. And number of ministries. So how many ministries use this? Number of ministries, 56. So 56 ministries through 427 schemes transferred 2.53 lakh crore rupees last year, my friends. Imagine, that's a phenomenal amount, my friends. That's a phenomenal amount. So that's a little about this. Haryana's chief minister is, is Manohar Lal Khattar. Manohar Lal Khattar. Manohar Lal Khattar. K-H-A-T-T-A-R. Manohar Lal Khattar. We'll take one more choice. Where shall we go? We'll go to Kerala. P. Vijayan. The chief minister is P. That is Pinarayi. P. Vijayan. V-I-J-A-Y-A-N. P. Vijayan. So, in which of the following institutions has the Reserve Bank of India recently sold its entire stake? All 3, my friends. 1, 2, 3. I think we discussed the names of the chief minister, the chairman of all these organizations, so we'll not go there. Okay. So again, there's hardly anything to discuss here. This is a straightforward, the answer kind of question. So 1, 2, 3 would be choice 5, my friends. Choice 5. The recipient of the Dan David Prize for 2020 for advancing gender equality is Professor Choice 3, Professor Geeta Sen. Professor Geeta Sen. So in your notebook you write Dan David Prize, dash, Dan David Prize, dash, given for outstanding contribution, in science and technology, and culture and gender equality, culture and social welfare, for outstanding contribution in science and technology and culture and social welfare, So gender equality is a part of social welfare, my friends. Since the recipient, there are 2 recipients. Once mentioned, choice 3, Geeta Sen. You write Geeta Sen and Deborah, D-E-B-O-R-A, Deborah, Deborah Dinis, D-I-N-I-Z. Dinis. D-I-N-I-Z. Deborah Dinis. Okay. You know these choices. You look at choice 4, Medha Patkar, the leader of the, once upon a time pretty famous organization, rather famous or infamous, Narmada Bachao Andolan. Aruna Roy is an ex-IAS officer who fought, is social reformer also. Yeah. On which of the following bank accounts is interest benefit not paid on balance available? Current account, savings bank, no frills account, overdue loan, overdue term deposits account. Well, the most important answer question here is, you need to understand here, no interest is ever paid on demand accounts, technically speaking. There are two types of demand accounts, choice 1 and 2, savings and current account. So theoretically speaking, no interest is paid on current account and savings account. But to encourage savings, bankers pay a small percentage of interest on savings account. So as of today, no interest is paid on current account. Choice current account. No interest is paid on current account. Choice 1. I think that's a fairly easy question. Again, another easy question. Here, according to the WHO in Global Rich List 2020, with an estimated wealth of a little over $1 billion, which is India's, who is India's, the world's second youngest billionaire? You have this choice, Ritesh Agarwal, Oyo Hotels, my friends. He is the second youngest billionaire, self-made person in the world. But then, who is the richest? That's more important. Because see, I don't have to discuss the guy, Bhavesh Agarwal is co-founder of Ola. It's already mentioned. So let's look at who is the world's youngest billionaire. Kylie Jenner. You're right. World's youngest billionaire. World's youngest billionaire dash Kyle. K-Y-L-I-E. K-Y-L-I-E. Kyle Jenner. Z-E-N-N-E-R. Jenner. Kyle Jenner. Kyle Jenner dash cosmetics business. Cosmetics. She's nicknamed the cosmetics queen. You'll not write that. Cosmetics business. Okay, there we go, guys. See, the choice 5 Zerodha is a stock market firm, my friends. It's basically stock broker. Stock broker. Their applications typically, the mobile app called Kite, which is a stock trading platform, is ranked India's best trading platform, friends. Zerodha's Kite, K-I-T-E. So anyway, Kyle Jenner is the world's youngest billionaire. From there, the last question. The RBI has approved the appointment of Sunil Gurbakhshani as Managing Director and CEO of Dhanlaxmi Bank. Dhanlaxmi Bank. These are all more or less private banks, yes. What about Federal Bank? Who is the CEO? Please write this. Federal Bank, you'll write the head office or just write CEOs. It's about CEOs. CEO. Shyam Srinivasan. Shyam, S-H-Y-A-M. Shyam Srinivasan. That's easy to write. Shyam Srinivasan. Choice 2, Bandhan Bank. Bandhan Bank is the CEO is Chandrakumar Ghosh. Chandrasekhar Ghosh. Then we have what's his name? City Union Bank. Dr. N. Namakodi. Dr. M. Namakodi. N-A-M-A-K-O-D-I. Namakodi. Dr. Namakodi. And the last is RBL Bank. RBL Bank, I'm sorry my friends, I think I goofed up with that City Union Bank. The answer is, it's not, it's a case of spoonerism. It is Dr. N. Kama Kodi. Kama, K-A-M-A-K-O-D-I. I interchanged. Dr. N. Kamakodi, K-A-M-A-K-O-D-I, Kamakodi. Too many names, guys. So many banks, so many CEOs, difficult to remember, but we are trying hard. Yeah, but that's the right answer. Kamakodi, Dr. Kamakodi, Dr. Kamakodi. The last, my friends, is RBL Bank. RBL Bank in the past was called, Ratnakar Bank. Now it's called RBL Bank, and the CEO is Vishwavir Ahuja. VISHAWIR. Vishwavir Ahuja. 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 Vishwavir Ahuja. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a lot of good things, my friends, and we continue to have this, these talks between Monday and Friday. So there is five video talks per week, and the idea is to share our learning with you. The idea is to help you prepare while you are, sitting at home, and because of the lockdown issues and everything. So please make sure that you stay focused, that you stay curious, and learn a lot of good things. Thanks for watching this video talk. Thank you so much.